Hello dear students. Yesterday in the last class we had started discussing this topic, that electric field intensity due to a line charge. So we had already discussed that how we are considering the line charge. The line charge is kept on the z-axis, and we have to estimate the electric field intensity at this point P. So before considering this whole line charge, we will consider a small element dl on this line charge AB. Okay, so the line charge is extending from A to B, and we are considering an element that is dl. So the distance of this dl from this P point on which the electric field is to be electric field intensity is to be determined. The distance between these two is r, and the rho is the perpendicular distance from this z-axis to the point P. Okay, so this let's say dE is the differential electric field intensity due to this differential element dl. Okay, and it can be resolved into two orthogonal components, that is horizontal component is dE rho and the vertical component is dZ. Why it is dE rho? Because it is acting along this rho, and dEz because it is acting vertically. Okay, and the coordinate of P point is xyz. So the charge element dq associated with this element dl equal to dz can be written as rho l dl, that I have already discussed. And since this line charge is kept on the z-axis, so in place of dl we can write dz. Okay, so total charge, how will you determine the total charge q? The total charge q can be determined by integrating this dq. Okay, so after integrating the LHS and RHS, so this dq will become q, that is the total charge, and rho l dz can be integrated from this za to zb. Okay, so what is the point? Since this line charge is extending from A to B, so the limit will be, this limit of z will be zf to z. Okay, so far we have discussed till this point. Now let us continue this further. So q equals to za to zb integration rho l dz, and this is, let's say, equation 1. Okay, now since this dl equal to dz dash. Okay, so what will be the r? If we talk about what will be the r, so r equal to how much? See in the figure, r will be how much? If we write the r vector, so if you write the two if you represent any line segment to the vector, then you must know the coordinates of their extreme endpoints. So this r is extending from 0 0 z dash to x y z. Okay, so since it is extending like this, so let's say we have one point which is 0 0 and z dash. Okay, and another point is x y and z. Okay, so what will be, and this line joining this is your r. So what will be this r? If we talk about the r vector, what will be this vector? So vector will be see x y z. Okay, this coordinate minus this coordinate, that is 0 0 and z dash. Okay, so this will be the r vector. So x minus 0 is x, so x and ax is the unit vector. Y minus 0 y, so plus y and ay will be the unit vector, and z minus z dash. Okay, so z minus z dash and in the along the z direction. So this is the r vector. Okay, so we can easily find it out. R vector is xax plus yay plus z minus z dash az. Okay, now what will the magnitude? If we talk about the magnitude of r, so squaring r, so squaring the magnitude also, and it will be how much? Since if we determine the value of r only, then it will be root under x square plus y square plus this means the components of ax, ay and az square, sum of their squares and root over. But we are talking of r square, so it will be directly how much? It will be x square plus y square and plus z minus z dash whole square. Okay. Now tell me, what is this x square plus y square? When we have studied this cylindrical coordinate system, so from cylindrical to Cartesian conversion, we have seen the formulas. Okay, so during that we have seen that rho equal to how much? Rho equals to root under x square plus y square. Okay, this is the value of rho. So here, since it is x square plus y square, so it will be rho square. So in place of this, we can put what? Rho square. Okay, and this z minus z dash. So what we are trying to do? We are trying to convert this whole r vector into the cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, we are trying to convert it into cylindrical coordinate system. That's why we have replaced this x and y with the rho. So what is the coordinates? What are the coordinates of cylindrical coordinate system? Rho, phi and z. So now we have converted it. Okay. Now what will be the AR? Suppose AR is the unit vector in the direction of this R. Okay. Let's say this is representing AR. So AR is the unit vector in the direction of R. So AR, what will be this AR? And AR upon this R square. So this AR, you know it very well that any unit vector is given by the, let's say, vector upon its magnitude. Okay, this is the formula for unit vector. So in this way, if we calculate AR upon R square, so it will be this R vector upon this R and R square. So it will be R cube. Okay. Now what is R vector? R vector, this is your R vector. Okay. So this R vector we have already determined. So what is this R vector? In place of this x ax and y ay, we can represent it with rho a rho. Okay. So it is rho arrow, okay, and plus this z minus z dash. So z minus z dash and az. Okay, and upon this r cube. So what is this r? R is the rho square plus z minus z dash square. So we will write rho square plus z minus z dash square, but it is the value of r square. If you write the value of r, so what will be the value of r? If we write the value of r, so the value of this r magnitude will be root over of this rho square plus z minus z dash whole square. Okay. So basically you can say r equal to rho square plus z minus z dash square to the power 1 by 2. Okay. But here it is 3. So we can write how much it is. The power will be 3 by 2. Okay. So this will be 3 by 2. Fine. So I think it is clear. Now substituting all these values into equation 1. Okay, substituting all these values in equation 1. So what was equation 1? So your equation 1 is Q equals to this much, rho L dz. Okay. Now this is the charge. So if we talk about the electric field intensity, so what is electric field intensity? Electric field intensity is this Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square. Okay. So if we determine the electric field intensity, okay, So E equals to how much we can write? E equals to your Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught and R square, the direction of R. So from equation 1, if we substitute the value of Q and substitute all these values, this AR and all, then what we will get? So we will get this rho A rho plus Z minus Z dash A Z and upon this rho square plus Z minus Z dash square to the power 3 by 2 and along the dz dash. Okay, so now this R equals to rho square plus Z minus Z dash square to the power 1 by 2. What we are writing? We are writing this one. Okay, since we root over, so root over can be replaced with the power 1 by 2. Okay, and this can be written as rho sec alpha. Now how I am writing this? So please see this diagram. If we mark an angle, okay, if we mark an angle, so let this angle is, let's say this angle is so this angle is alpha 1. The angle made between this rho vector and R vector is alpha, and the angle made between this line and rho is alpha 2. Okay, so if we talk of this Z minus Z dash, okay, so this Z minus this Z dash, this this Z dash can be written as, let's say it is your, let's say this is your T point. Okay, so and this one is your O point. This is the origin. Okay, so what is this coordinate Z dash? So this Z dash equals to how much? OT, O to T. Okay, means this origin to this element. So this Z dash is OT and minus this rho tan alpha, rho tan alpha. So this Z dash equal to OT minus rho tan alpha, and then if you differentiate, then dz dash will be this rho tan alpha, so it will be how much? Rho and tan alpha differentiation, so it will be sec square alpha d alpha. Okay, so this we have to use. So now our equation, now the equation becomes, now the equation will become E equals to minus rho L upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and the limit will be from alpha 1 to alpha 2. So this alpha 1 to alpha 2 means these are the two extremes, okay, of the line charge. And then we'll write rho sec square alpha cos alpha a rho plus sin alpha a z d alpha upon rho square sec square alpha. Okay, so further solving it will become rho L upon 4 pi epsilon 0, and from alpha 1 to alpha 2, and this rho sec square alpha can be cancelled. Okay, and one row will be left, so that we can take it out. Okay, and in the bracket it will be cos alpha a rho plus sin alpha a z, and here it is d alpha. Okay, so for the finite line charge, means the line charge of finite length. Okay, if the length is finite, then E equals to how much? Equals to minus rho L upon 4 pi epsilon 0 rho. Okay, and the differentiation, the integration we can do, and then put the value of limits. So after integration and putting the value of limits, we will have sin alpha 2 minus sin alpha 1 a rho, and then plus cos alpha 2, sorry, cos alpha 2 minus this cos alpha 1, and this will be AZ. Okay, so now we will discuss the special case. The special case, the special case, if the infinite line charge is there. Okay, in case of infinite line charge, so if the infinite line charge is there, then the extremes, okay, the extremes will have the coordinates, that is a will have 0 0 minus infinity, and the coordinate of b, the point b will be 0 0 and infinity. Okay, which a and b we are talking of? This a and b. So if it is the infinite negative z axis and b point will be infinite positive z axis, then the coordinates can be supposed as 0 0 minus infinity and 0 0 plus infinity. Okay, so in that case, what will be this alpha 1? This alpha 1 will be your pi by 2. Okay, and what will be alpha 2? Alpha 2 will be minus pi by 2. Okay, so this will be the value. So this z component vanishes. Okay, because here it is cos 90, also here also is cos 90. So this term will be 0. Okay, so we will be left with this term only. Then what will be the final expression for E? So E will be this rho L upon 2 pi epsilon naught rho and a rho. So this will be the electric field intensity in case of infinite line charge. Okay, so this is the expression of this electric field intensity. Okay. After the line charge, we have to calculate. This is the next topic. So we have to calculate the electric field intensity due to a surface charge. Okay. So since in the last case we had considered a line charge on the z-axis, and this time we will consider an infinite sheet of charge in the xy plane. So how we are? Let me first represent it. How we are going to do this? So let us suppose we have the three coordinate axes. We have the three coordinate axes x, y, and z. Okay, so this is our x, y, and z axis. Okay, now we are considering an infinite sheet of charge in the xy plane. Okay, so let's say this one. This is your it is your x axis. This is your y axis, and this one is your z axis. Okay, now an infinite seat of charge kept in xy plane. So anything in the xy plane can be done like this. Let us say this is the infinite seat of charge. Let me draw it again. So this is the infinite sheet of charge kept in xy plane. Okay. So let us consider the 2 points. Okay. Let us consider the 2 points. Let's say we have one point as this one and the second point this one. Okay. Now let's join them. Okay. Now let it name it as this one is 1, this one is first element and this one is the second one. Okay. So we are considering the this seat can be assumed as that it is formed of some joining some small elements. Okay, so we have considered this two elements. This one is first and this one is the second. Okay, and let's say this one is your row. Okay, and let us consider a point on the z-axis, and let the field intensity due to this seat has to be calculated at this point P. Okay, so let's join this. So we should join this. Now, see, if the diagram is clear, then you can. It would be easier for you to understand the derivation. Okay, so let the coordinate of this point is at P is 0, 0, H. Okay, since this point P is located on the z-axis, so the x and y coordinates will be 0 and only this z-axis coordinate will be there, and that is H. Okay, and the surface charge density of this sheet is rho s. Okay, let us consider the surface charge density of this infinite sheet as rho s. Okay, and we already know in the cylindrical coordinate also and the spherical coordinate also we have seen that the rho vector making angle x making an angle of phi with the x-axis. So this one is your phi angle. Okay, this is your phi, and this particular vector is the distance vector for 1. Okay, so let us consider it as r. Okay, so if we first of all the charge associated with this elemental area ds, let's say this is an elemental area. Okay, this is the elemental area, so its elemental area is ds. So so the charge associated with an elemental area and elemental area ds. Okay, so what will be the charge? Obviously if the area is elemental, so the charge will also be elemental. Okay, so let dq is the charge, and if we write dq equals to rho s and ds. Okay, so this will be the charge, elemental charge. Okay. Now electric field E, electric field intensity E at point, what is the point? This P is the point at which electric field intensity is required to determine. So at point 0, 0 H by this elemental charge. Okay, so by this elemental charge dq on the elemental surface 1, on the elemental surface 1 H. So what will be the electric field intensity at this point P due to this elemental charge dq on this elemental surface which is marked as 1. Okay, so this is given by, we can recall the formula of E, and only we have to write the elemental electric field intensity associated with this elemental charge. Okay, so dE will be, the formula would be same. So since we are talking of elemental, so it will be dq upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square, and the direction will be along this r vector. So the unit vector is r. Let us consider as equation 1. Okay, now what is this r vector? If you can see in the while I was discussing the electric field intensity due to the line charge, then also I had told you that if we have the 2 points and the line joining 2 points, if we have to write into the vector form, then the coordinate of both has to be subtracted. Okay, so in that case what will be the r vector? So your r vector will be, here it is rho, so it's rho, and the direction will be minus a rho. Okay, why minus? Because it is acting opposite. See, this rho is increasing in this direction, but we have to consider in opposite direction. That's why we are taking it as a minus sign, and plus this one is your what? This one is your h vector. So h, and the direction is, it is along z axis, so h a z. Okay, so this one is your r vector. If we talk of the magnitude, of r, then magnitude of r, obviously it is represented by this, and it can be the sum of square. Okay, so root over of this rho square, even if you take minus sign it will be positive, so rho square plus, it's rho square plus h square. Okay, so now it can be further written as this rho square plus h square and power 1 upon 2. Okay, and what is ar? As I have told you earlier also, that unit vector is the vector and divided by its magnitude, vector divided by its magnitude. Okay, so r upon r vector magnitude. Okay, and what is dq? And dq is the elemental charge is rho s ds that we have seen here. Okay, and it can be further written as rho s, and the ds can be replaced by, we all know what is the surface. While I was talking of the elemental surface in the cylindrical coordinate system, so we can, if you remind it, then ds can be written as rho d phi and d rho. Okay, so this rho d phi d rho is the elemental surface. Okay, when I was discussing in the earlier classes regarding the elemental volume, elemental surface, okay, differential volume, differential circuit surfaces, then we have seen it, so that I have used here. So this ds can be replaced by rho d phi d rho. Okay, now we should put these all values, okay, in this equation 1. So substituting, so substituting these values, in equation 1. Okay, so what is your equation 1? Equation 1 is dE equals to dQ upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square AR. Okay, so here we have to take this AR as r upon r, and in that place of r vector we have to use this rho minus arrow plus HAZ. In place of this magnitude we have to write this one. In place of this dq we have to write this. So by substituting all these into equation 1, so what will be the dE? So your dE will be this rho s rho d phi d rho, and here it is minus rho arrow plus h az upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and in place of r square we can write, since now it is r cube, because previously it was r square, but after putting this value of ar it is r upon r, so r square and one more power of r in the denominator, so it will become r cube. That's why we are writing rho square plus h square and 1 by 2 and power 3, so it is 3 by 2. Okay, now due to symmetry of charge distribution, for every element 1 there is corresponding element 2. Okay, if this vector is rotated all the 360 degree, so you see if there is any charge distribution at 1, obviously one more charge distribution equal and opposite to it will be there. Okay, so by symmetry everyone is going to cancel it. So along this a row, whatever charge distributions will be there, their contribution will be cancelled out by the equal and opposite charge distribution at the other side. Okay, like this one is there, so equally it is acting along arrow, so it is acting along minus arrow. So in that case they are cancelling each other. Okay, so see, we have these two vectors. These two vectors we do have this arrow and az. So this component, arrow component and az component. So since I have explained that due to symmetry, this arrow component will cancel out each other, so this is no more going to exist. So we will make it 0, and only this, the component along az, will exist. Okay, so since due to symmetry, the contribution to E rho, means along this rho direction, add up to 0. So now E has only Z component. Okay, so this relation, this equation 2 is going to be further reduced, and now we have to get the total E. So total E can be obtained by integrating this equation on the left and right hand side. Okay, so after integrating it we are getting this E. So E equals to your dEz, obviously because Z is only the contribution to 0 add up to 0, and E has only Z component, so we are writing dEz because Z is only there. Okay, so whatever is there, the term except this minus rho arrow and this whole multiplied along arrow, that will not exist, and we have to write this az component. So we will write it, those things which can be taken common, they are being taken outside. So rho s upon 4 pi epsilon 0, they are the constants, and since it is a surface integral, okay, so if it is a surface integral, okay, so we have the two things, see, d rho d phi, okay, there are double integrations, so we have to integrate with respect to phi also and rho also, because there are two differential terms here, so we will use the double integration. One is for this d phi, so phi will be varying from 0 to, what will be the limit of phi will be varying from 0 to 2 pi, and this rho will vary from 0 to infinity. This is the range of values we have already discussed. So now we will write the values of h rho d phi and upon this rho square plus h square and power is 3 by 2. And the most important thing, it is along AZ. Okay. Now we will further solve it, and we are left with rho s, h can be taken out, upon this 4 pi. I am doing nothing, I am solving this double integration. Okay. So after solving it, you will get 0 to infinity, and by solving this phi, see, except this d phi there is no term of phi, so obviously d phi integration will be phi, and phi, the limit of phi will be 2 pi minus 0, so it is here we can write 2 pi, 2 pi will come out. Now we have to integrate for this one. Okay, so this one is, if we write it in the numerator, okay, so it will be your rho square plus h square, and the power will be minus 3 by 2, and we will do it like this to solve this integration. Okay, we are taking adding this 1 by 2, and then it is being integrated with respect to this rho square. Okay, so further solving it, we will get this 4 pi and 2 pi will get cancelled, so this rho s h upon 2 epsilon naught, this one is going to be the integration of minus 3 by 2 power, we all know, so rho square plus this h square, power will be minus 1 by 2. Okay, and the limit will be 0 to infinity and along this AZ. Okay, now further solving it, we get this, see, using binomial theorem, some terms, some higher order terms can be neglected. Okay, so E equals to rho s upon 2 epsilon 0 and AZ. Okay, so this is the required relation of electric field intensity due to infinite sheet of charge, okay, kept on the xy plane. Okay, so E has only z component if the charge is in the xy plane. So in general, this is along z component, or we can say in general, E has, for infinite sheet of charge, or infinite sheet of charge, what is E equals to rho s upon 2 epsilon 0 and an. Okay, so it is general because this time the P point was on the z axis, that's why it is, we are getting the z component, and since the infinite sheet was kept on the xy plane. Okay, now in general it is not always compulsory that the infinite sheet of charge will be on the xy plane, so it can be anywhere in the three-dimensional space. So in general, wherever this infinite sheet of charge is kept, the perpendicular vector acting to it, okay, will come here, That's why the E will be directed along the vector which is perpendicular to the sheet or the plane in which the sheet is kept. Okay, so this is where we can. So this is your general equation which you will be using always, and where this an is the unit vector normal to the sheet. So this way we can derive.